Hello and welcome. If this is your first time visiting, a special welcome to you. We got a special feature today. We are doing a driving tour of Negril, Jamaica, particularly focusing on the West End. And this is a bit of a long video. It's about 40 minutes. And depending on where you're watching it, this will be in different parts or one long video. My name is Winthrop Wellington, by the way, and here on my channel, we really discuss all things Jamaica, but today, as I mentioned, we're going to be doing a bit of tour of Negril, and we're just going to flow with it. We're just going to flow with it and see where this takes us. So we are starting this tour off on Norman Manley Boulevard, otherwise known as the Beach Road at Travelers Beach Resort, which is my family's hotel. And of course, we gotta wait for the traffic, but across there on the left side of your screen, that is our NEAT Resource Center, or the Negril Education Environment Trust Resource Center. NEAT is my family's nonprofit organization, which focuses on education for young people. So right now we're heading south on Norman Manley Boulevard. Pretty beautiful day, as you can see. I don't know what the temperature was when we filmed this, but it was nice. It was a nice day. And so we're heading towards downtown Negril, and on your left is the shared user path. So that's running, walking, biking, and that goes for a little bit over 2 miles. To your right is the Negril Beach Park. It has a basketball court and the beach, of course, and just really open space. Unfortunately, it's closed right now. They have plans to do some refurbishing, and then we just passed the Negril Community Center, and then we're also passing the craft market on your right side, and this is the South Negril River and Bridge, and we're heading to the Negril roundabout. Of course, going into the roundabout you have to give way, and if you're in the roundabout you have the right of way. And we are going west end, so we're going to be taking a right here at the roundabout and veering left. And so here downtown, this is a few shopping centers, if you will. There's Little Caesars Pizza on the right, Popeyes, Burger King. There's a Digicel store down here as well. And on the left coming up is Scotiabank, which some people might be familiar with depending on where you are from, but it's a Canadian bank. And I guess officially this is where the west end of Negril starts. And on your left here is Corner Bar, which is a pretty popular restaurant. Great local food. Haven't had it in a while, but the reviews continue to be very good. And on the left, that's Vendors Plaza. That's the Negril Chamber of Commerce owned plaza. And on the right, obviously, we have the sea. Unfortunately, I don't think we panned right, but you basically can see the entirety of Negril on the right-hand side if you were to look right. You need to get a 360 camera next time, right? Anyway, on the left is the Negril Post Office, not in the greatest of shapes, but that is our post office. And then right after that is Samuel's Hardware on the left. And that's, I would say, probably the most popular hardware store in Negril. Mostly every business uses them. And then on the left, the green building, that's Quality Traders. That's where I do my grocery shopping. Been going there for years. And then we're coming up on the, I guess what used to be the High-Low Value Master NCB Plaza, but NCB and High-Low moved, so that's no longer there, and that place is being refurbished. And this is called Church Corner. As we move through the West End. Just cruising, and this is the Negril Library on the left, and then followed by Negril All Age School. And then this is another hardware store on the left. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I'm just flowing with it, and as I see things, I'm gonna point them out to you. On the right is the Negril Yacht Club, which is for sale. Hopefully, should be doing a video on that hopefully sometime soon. Canoe Bar is on the right. It's pretty much the only property on the west end that has a beach. Good food there. Haven't been there in a while either, but their food is pretty good. That used to be German bar, but I don't know what it is now. But boats used to pull up there. They used to have really good pizza. This used to be Boat Bar on the right, but it changed into something else. I'm not sure what it is now. And then Millard is on the left. And if you know Millard, that's 24 Hours Place. Good food as well. And then Patsy's is on the right. So they do, I think it's basically the only standalone coffee shop in Negril. And they do good pastries, good lunch. I did a live stream from there and also did a video with them as well for the channel, which was cool. This is Ocean Cliff on the right we just passed. I did the farewell dinner there for Thropex 2022. Beautiful property, formerly known as the Spa Retreat. But beautiful property, great food that we had there for the farewell dinner retreat. And here on the West End, like, it's a very different experience than the beach. As you can see, like, it's very, it's I wouldn't say secluded, maybe too strong of a word, but definitely when you're on the properties, it's a little bit more secluded and separated as compared to the beach, where there's just more traffic and no real, I guess, super separation between the properties. And really talking in terms of traversing. So to go from property to property here, you actually have to come out the property and walk along the roads here, whereas like the properties on the beach, you can either walk on the beach and go from property to property, or the road, if you will. And if you're across the street from the beach, then we have the shared user path, depending on where the property is. Now we are passing Samsara, which is friends of the family, another good small hotel in Negril. Sorry about that wind sound. I didn't anticipate that, but that just makes sense, just coming from the camera. This is Kaiser's. This was used to be a very famous place for shows back in the day, before my time. Coming up on the left and the right here is Extabi, great seafood place. Haven't been there in a while, but do enjoy their food. Great lobster during a lobster season. Three Dives coming up on the right here. Very, very popular restaurant, local restaurant. Great jerk chicken, jerk food in general. They were actually on the Amazing Race, if I'm not mistaken. Almost certain of that. Nice view here of the sea. We're passing Pushcart on the right, which borders its sister property, Rock House, one of my favorite restaurants in Negril. They also have an award-winning spa, one of my favorite spas in Negril, as a matter of fact. And haven't been there in a while. When I say a while, like a few months, but I'm a regular customer there for sure. They do excellent job. Very technical, and I guess you can call me bougie when it comes to massages, but I know what I like and I know what I want, and they do a fantastic job there. That's Corosi's Cliff we just looked at. And as you can see, we're literally just riding the coast here. The only thing separating us from the coast is the property. So this is as close as we can get in a vehicle moving through the West End. All right, we are back and ready to roll. Man, still not picking myself up too good in my headphones, but I hope you all can hear me clearly. Happy Sunday to you all. We have a very, very beautiful day here today in sunny Negril, Jamaica. Camera's a little blown out. I got to clean that lens off, come to think of it. We'll do that some other time, but you all get the idea. I hope everyone is doing well and is having or had a great weekend. We have a fun one as usual, hanging out on a Sunday afternoon here in Negril. As always, I appreciate your company. I appreciate you spending time with me. And we got some updates, channel updates. We got some Jamaica updates as usual. And it'll be we got like 3 things on the agenda, but so it'll be a fairly open discussion today. Today's my last day in my 30s, which is cool. I was actually reflecting on that this morning, thinking about the last 10 years, the last decade, and just how different it is for me turning 30 10 years ago, where I was, where my mind was, what my goals were, what I was looking to achieve, and where I am now. YouTube, real estate, conferences, like, was not even on my agenda, like not even close to it. That it wasn't even in my world of thinking. Yet here we are, in a very different mindset with a very different approach and different life in so many ways. But lots and lots of growth, lots of amazing experiences, and meeting amazing people throughout the last 10 years, and then of course looking forward. Man, very, very excited for the next 10 years. Very excited for the path that I am on and where I'm going, and the people that I'm helping, and my community as well. So very, very excited for what's to come. But anyway, today we, as usual, let's start off with, let me know where everybody's chiming in from, what city, what state, what country. Always love to hear it. Always love to know where this community is coming in from. Let's get back to the beach view. So there's a little feedback I'm hearing. I'm going to try to adjust it 1 second. Mic check. There we go. It's gone. All right, let's get to these comments. Wagwan, Phil, good to see you. RN2 CEO, what's going on? Yeah, that's right. We have daylight savings. So yeah, great. So I'm gonna actually start moving these up an hour. So I think I feel like that's better for everybody. So it'll be 12 o'clock Jamaica time instead of 1, which we've been kind of doing lately. So I'm gonna bring it up a little bit, and it's also better for me. I get to end my day a little bit earlier. Still got to get to the gym today. I missed it this morning. Donna Bryce, what's going on? Happy Sunday to you as well. Chiming in from rainy Ottawa. Justin, what's going on, man? Always good to see you. I didn't get the notification for the Zoom meeting yesterday. Oh man, sorry. I put it in. I was kind of worried about that. I put it in the Patreon. So if you're on the TTT Patreon level, Throppers Think Tank, I still have trouble saying it. Then you should have got that notification, and I put out an extra one as well, just in case. I'm sorry you missed it, but for those that don't know what we're talking about, I started doing these monthly Zoom calls. So, and this is for Patreon members only. So if you're interested, you can, you are more than welcome to join. And the next one is, let me see. I'll try to remember to mention this again later in the stream. The next one will be Saturday, April 13th. So we try to start at 12 o'clock Jamaica time. And yeah, we had some great conversations yesterday talking about, man, so many different things. So many different things. And hopefully I think we helped out a lot of at least got people's questions answered in there. This is the flyer for it, just in case you're interested in it. And we're trying to push out more exclusive content. Candice has been on vacation for a little bit, so the behind the scene content, all that content has slowed down tremendously, but she's back this week, so that's going to really help me out a lot. But we were still able to do this Zoom call yesterday, which was it was just a lot of fun. It's just like um I don't know, we just got to get a little bit more granular, right? And I look at it as a way of like, if you have like specific questions and specific needs, like this is like the best way for me to like help you out directly with it. And it's not even me, sometimes it's like the community itself, it's like making exchanges, and that was a big theme of it yesterday. So this is a great way to kind of expand your network. And again, if you have like a specific problem or issue, or you need a specific connection, like there was a request on the call yesterday, and so I'm working on that for that person. So yeah, this was great. So we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be doing that every month. And if you want to join, you can go ahead. Sorry again about that, Justin, but the replay is there. I already uploaded it yesterday, so that's available to you. Sherry, happy Sunday. What's going on, Lorraine? Thanks for joining as usual. Kingston 16, happy Sunday from Palm Springs, California. Ms. Cole, nice to see you. Norma Davis, good afternoon, everyone. This daylight saving time is messing me up. I know. We'll get used to it. We'll get used to it. Keisha, what's going on? Chiming in from Florida. Vivine, happy Sunday. Don't know how to say that. Lancashire, Florida. I just say Florida. Happy Sunday. Merrill, pleasant Sunday. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Chiming in from the UK. Nice to have you. Nakasa Construction says, good to see this place. Indeed. Tisha says, never get tired of seeing the Negril tour. Yeah, that's what we got right now. I'm going to start showing parts 3 and 4. Like, we're usually just showing the part 1, but we'll start showing that a little bit more. So maybe we'll skip ahead later in the stream, and we can show parts 3 and 4 of the tour. I know I mentioned this before, but we got another tour, Negril to driving tour. That is Negril to Treasure Beach. Yeah, I was gonna say St. Elizabeth, but Treasure Beach. It's a nice one. So hopefully we can get it out this week. You know, we make plans, but other things get in the way sometimes. Carrie, so which is the best hotel in Negril for disabled and wheelchair guests? I don't know what the best hotel is. I'm not sure. We accommodate disabled guests like all the time. We have specific rooms for that. Obviously on the ground floor, we don't have elevators here at Travelers, but easy to roll in shower as well, because of the we have standing showers in our rooms. So I know that has, like, talking to our disabled guests, like they've given us a lot of feedback on how to make things a little bit better. Like, it's definitely not perfect here by any means, but we definitely do our absolute best. We have a ramp up to our restaurant and also down to the beach. So, and the pool, so you have full availability to go to essentially virtually any part of the property that you would like. So I can't speak for other hotels, but that's kind of where we are here at Travelers. Shayna, what's going on? Happy Sunday to you as well. Jim says, happy birthday, man. Oh, thank you very much. Ms. Cole says, welcome to the 40s land of the icy hot. Looking forward to it. I'm gonna enjoy this last day of my 30s. It's so crazy to even say that and to even think that. Like, I'm just leaving my brothers here, leaving a lot of friends there. It's so interesting. Life, right? Life. Prince says, growth mindset. Absolutely. Always. I think it's so important to maintain a growth mindset. Natasha, thank you. Happy Sunday, Therapists. Happy Sunday to you as well. Sherry K, such a beautiful calm beach scene. I'm reminiscing about my last visit there. Love the beach and dining experience at Travelers. Thank you so much. Sissy says, happy early birthday. Thank you. Justin says, happy almost your birthday. Thank you. Welcome to the 40s, Prince. Thank you so much. Lorraine says, happy birthday to you. You are a conscious Young man, living with purpose, blessings always. Thank you so much. Donna Bryce says, happy birthday for tomorrow, Throp. Wishing you the best of everything for tomorrow and always. Thank you so much. Natasha says, continuous abundance on your born day, Throp. Thank you. Jim, chiming in from Brooklyn, New York. Nakasa, Cleveland, Ohio. Miss Cole is 6 months in since October in the 40s. Okay. Testing it out for me. Sherry's in Florida, Rockville Center, Long Island, New York in the building. Lorraine, good to see you. Good to have you from there, representing Strong Island. Zoe Buckley says, happy Sunday from Oregon. I hope you have a wonderful birthday, Throp. Thank you so much. Princess of Montego Bay. David, what's going on? Snowing in Pennsylvania. Would love to have you here. David was here a few weeks ago. Was here for Super Bowl. Punty says, Throp, happy birthday. Cake. Thank you. Corey MPA says, good day from South Florida. Thanks for chiming in, man. Joe says, hi, Throp and Throppers. I'm in cloudy New York City. Welcome to being 40, Throp. I know it's going to be a great decade ahead. I'm sure. Heather's in Atlanta, Georgia. Nakasa says, what's the benefit of the think tank? I would say it's initially, like, I was looking at it as just like, it's almost like a group consulting, I would say, and it's a easier, more direct way for us to communicate with each other, as opposed over me talking over a mic and video and you texting me here on this live stream. That way you can interact with me directly and in real time. And then you also get the benefit of the other think tankers, which I think is even more valuable, right? Because you have the resources, the brain, the experience of a collective group of individuals who have a very much similar progressive mindset, and everybody is from all over the world, as a matter of fact. And you have the benefit of that group, and it really is a think tank. And it's not like I'm sitting there talking the whole time, like not by any means. Like, we're brainstorming, we're thinking, we're planning, we're making adjustments in our own. I can speak for myself. I'm making adjustments in my own ideologies and the way I think based on the group. And we've only done it twice. So far, and I think it's very powerful. I think we went 2 hours yesterday, or almost 2 hours yesterday. So yeah, so that's kind of, roundabout way what it's about. Phoenix and me says, happy birthday, Throp. Enjoy and have many more. Thank you very much. Chris Charles, hey, Throppers. Greetings from Norway. Awesome. I hope you're having an awesome, wonderful time there. Absolutely love Norway. What part of Norway are you in? I used to go there quite a bit. I haven't been back in, man, it's got to be maybe 8 years I haven't been back to Norway, but I get back there at some point. Punty says, any idea if Tesla is selling/shipping brand new cars to Jamaica yet? I don't know that, but I know people have Teslas here. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but I know multiple people say they've seen Teslas here in Jamaica. There's also been I have on video seen McLarens, Lamborghinis, and Rarries here as well. It's almost like Jamaica has everything. Jeff chiming in from sunny Edmonton. What's happening with the Aerodome? Still no updates on my end. I haven't heard anything since a few months ago. It was mentioned. I think we have actually, I could bring up a news article. I mean, it's kind of like a little BS-y. I thought, like, I think we had it for last week, but I just didn't necessarily think it was like it was worth bringing up. I'll read it. We'll go through it. I think, or maybe I did. Did I read this last week? No, I don't think I did. I think I skipped it because I remember, like, it was just like almost like not clickbait, but people say things to get people's attention, kind of thing. So we'll read it momentarily. I got it teed up. Mikasa says, we want to have a tourist community tour where we can support local businesses. we're actually talking about that. Yeah, yesterday think tankers meeting, and we are going to great idea by somebody in it. We're going to do that as part of uh, a tour, a tour day for ThropX this year. So we're gonna actually go around and visit local businesses and support local businesses. Don't know the exact details, but I thought it was a great idea, and we're gonna do that. Monica Wells says, "Hey Throb, big up uh, the big show. Love your show. Good job. Real talk. Bless up. I love Negril. Best place to relax. Thank you. Thank you very much." Meryl says, "Saw you and said hello at the donkey race. That was a fun day." Oh yeah, okay, awesome. Yeah, that was a fun day. King of Bija, good day, Throppers, tuning in from Toronto. Justin says, "I was in the first one though." Okay, Shane's talking to each other. Hello all, happy birthday! Thank you very much. Jessica's Jamaica. Happy Earth Strong from Vegas. Thank you. Good to see you, Jessica. Hope you are well all the way on the West Coast there. R2CEO says birthday blessings. Thank you. Tracy says hello from Maryland. Happy birthday. Thank you. Ronnie Robinson's from Brooklyn, New York. Greetings to you as well. Jessica says wonderful to hear about the handicap facilities. I can bring my mom. Absolutely. Absolutely. Selvin's Kitchen says, hello, my friend. How are you today? Happy Sunday from Selvin's Kitchen. I want to say happy Mother's Day to all of the that matters from Selvin's Kitchen. Is it Mother's Day somewhere? I don't know. It's not here that as far as I know. Um, Donna Bryce says, remember to hit that like button. Everyone support Throp's channel. Yes, would appreciate it. Jenny PC says, hi Throp, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you as well, Jenny. Okay, let's where shall we go? Where shall we go? All right, I guess this is a good update. I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but the Jamaica Diaspora Conference is this summer, June 16th to 19th. So unfortunate, but I will be away during that time. And for those that are unaware, basically it is what it says it is. It's a diaspora conference. I've been to at least one of them, and I'll just read it. This is from the JIS website. 10th biannual Jamaica Diaspora Conference slated for June 16th to 19th in Montego Bay. Full story: the 10th biannual Jamaica Diaspora Conference will be held from June 16th at the Montego Bay Convention Center in St. James under the theme United for Jamaica's Transformation, Fostering Peace, Productivity, and Youth Empowerment. I love that. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator the Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith made the disclosure during Friday's March 8th internal stakeholders launch for the event at the ministry's office in downtown Kingston. This is a theme of our time. It is a theme that recognizes the need for unity in a world that is generally fractured and in which tensions and geopolitics pull countries and people apart. Uniting with our diaspora in a nation building and in building you in the countries where you reside is important for us to reflect on at this time, Senator Johnson-Smith stated. The minister informed that this will be the first in-person conference since COVID-19 pandemic, adding that it is going to really be a high energy event, and we look to all of you to bring your energy to the fore. We know that the conference has grown over the years and it has given a tangible expression to our national diaspora policy, Senator Johnson-Smith stated. She noted that the policy's adoption in both houses of parliament is a signal of the fact that the government has fully embraced it. The minister further noted that finalizing the action plan is one of the active outcomes anticipated for the upcoming conference. So we'll be looking forward to the work to make that a reality as well. I remember a point to saying to my team that I am not delivering one more speech where I mentioned the upcoming diaspora policy. So that is in place, and we are finalizing the action plan that we have the council in place. These are achievements of which we can be proud, and implementing is now critical. Meanwhile, State Minister of Foreign Affairs Ministry, Honorable Orlando Turlange, indicated that the conference is timely and important as it is an opportunity to come together to drive the planning process for the event through committed support and action. I look forward to our discussions and the outcomes to follow. We must not see the diaspora community as an adjunct to our development agenda, but as an intrinsic to its realization, Mr. Turlange said. Accordingly, part of my vision for the 10th conference in particular is to transmit the sense of empowerment and pride of the diaspora to facilitate the extension of prosperity and instill within the diaspora a desire to identify more with brand Jamaica. He added the state minister's message was read by Chief Technical Director of the Ministry, Ambassador Sharon Miller. The Diaspora Conference is a biannual global forum that connects persons of Jamaican descent living across the globe with the aim of strengthening linkages and building alliances that will fuel the island's growth and development on an international stage. Okay, that is the Diaspora Conference. And I'm coming back, and Darnell with the crazy donation. Thank you so much, man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Did not see that coming. Thank you so much. Darnell says, happy early B-Day OG. Hold on, is the camera moving? Oh, no, I thought like the camera's moved. Sorry. Happy birthday, happy B-Day OG. Enjoy your day. According to statistics, men live to 78, but in your shape, you can definitely have to live to 89. So you're just getting started, Throp. And judging with what you've done already, I can't wait to see what comes in the next 10 years. Thank you so much, man. Really, really appreciate your kind words. Really appreciate the donation. You didn't have to do that, but I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yeah, that was the article, talking about the Diaspora Conference. And just so we're aware. So that's June 16th to 19th. I would have loved to be there, but I already made travel plans for that time. So I will be missing out. I will be missing out. But hope I think it's worth it. I think it's good networking. Obviously don't choose this conference over ThropX. I'm not saying that at all. But if you have to choose one, I'm gonna tell you to choose ThropX. Of course, I'm biased, but if this aligns with your travel, of course, I'm being facetious. Like, do what is best for you and do what is best for your future and your plans and your goals. And I've been to this one a few years ago. I think it was the one before COVID, and I found it. And this is obviously before I was doing all this. It was my dad who forced me to, like, kind of, not kind of forced me, but he pushed me to go. Was I doing this? Maybe I was doing this. I can't remember. It was in Kingston at the convention center in downtown. And yeah, you might meet good people, and you meet people, you kind of see, at least I felt the power of the diaspora when I was at this conference, because you have a lot of, I can't remember if the prime minister was there, but it's obviously a government funded event, funded and pushed event. And many government dignitaries will be there, so you have their ear. But it's to me, it made me feel like they listened to the diaspora, like, in a big way, and you could kind of, at least I felt like the diaspora collectively had a lot of power, and that's kind of where I learned that from, is going to that conference. I gave the example yesterday during our Throp Think Tankers meeting, and this will speak to the power of the diaspora, right? Because we were talking about shipping in, one of the think tankers was shipping in a mobile bike for a disabled person, and we're figuring out, like, how we can do that and how we can use our network to get this thing in that's very much needed here in Jamaica. And the assumption was that because it is a donated item, the tariff is going to be very, very, very low. And I was like, we can't assume that, based on my experience. And I gave two examples. Well, one was a personal experience, and one was from this conference, which I'll get to momentarily. So the first one was through our nonprofit organization, through the Negril Education Environment Trust. And I've told the story before, I believe, but tell it again. We had over 30 hospital beds that were on the wharf for 8 months. And, there were people who are, and probably even still, that they don't have, like hospitals that don't have enough beds, and people laying on the ground instead of could have been in the comfort of a hospital bed. And we couldn't get it cleared, and we couldn't the um the waiver for the taxes. And these are, again, donated items, and it wasn't through just sheer will of just like pushing, trying to get these things through. And then eventually we were able to get it through and get it on land and get it into the hospitals that it was desperately needed at. Second example that I'll give, so that's just really talking about import and shipping, and like now we'll get to the power of the diaspora. The second example I gave was this. I think it was the Homewood community, or Homewood. I forget. It's a high school, and they have like the alumni association that's very powerful, particularly in the UK, and they donated an ambulance to a particular hospital. And I think the ambulance was on, I mean, it was like some exorbitant amount of time that it was on the wharf. I mean, close to a year or something like that. I can't remember exactly. And there was a young lady. I remember she was an attorney. I got her business card, and she stood up, and I believe it was Minister Vaz she addressed it to, and explained exactly what I just said, that this ambulance was on the wharf for like a year or whatever, and she couldn't get it cleared, and they've been trying this way and that way. And she said it in front of, it was, and it's like the way the convention center, or at least the hall that we were in, it's kind of like set up like the UN. It's like these semicircle rows with chairs, desk, and mics. And so like everybody was like she had everybody's ear essentially. And she it was like say we had the morning session, and she said what she said and announced it to everybody. And like in the afternoon, Mr. Vaz got on, and he was just like, all right, the ambulance will be cleared by the end of the week or something like that. And he was just like crazy. And like everybody applauded. And it was just like, man, why does it take like these extreme efforts and theatrics to get something so simple done? But to the point we're speaking about, it speaks to how powerful the diaspora is, and how seriously the government takes the opinions and thoughts of the diaspora, and speaks to the power of this conference. So point being is, like, if it's something that you're interested in and thinking about doing. And then there's also like there's a commerce aspect to it. So you'll have a lot of at least that's the way it was when I went. They had a lot of like businesses, Jamaican businesses there, like you name it. I'm sure real estate is going to be a big part of it too as well. And you'll see these companies set up their different booths, so you can engage with them. And if you're looking for property or whatever have you, great networking. You never know who you're going to meet. People are flying in from all over the world to be a part of this thing, and there's definitely a patriotic feeling to it as well. At this conference, which I found. And yeah, it was great. Again, phenomenal networking. And I'm not getting paid to to say all this, but I thought I found a lot of value. I found a lot of value in going to this thing. Let me hop into the comments real quick, and then we'll get to the next thing. I'm leaving that comment up there, Darnell. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Really do. Oh, Yvonne says Mother's Day in the UK. I'm sorry, I had no idea. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and all the mothers, but particularly all the mothers in the UK. Happy Mother's Day. I didn't know that. Jenny PC, happy Sunday. I think I got that one already. Gareth, happy Sunday. You are just on time. Never late. Nico says, wasn't there a One Love bus tour that went the West End Road kind of restaurant pub crawl? Yeah, it's a pub crawl. It still goes. It goes the West End and also the Beach Road. I haven't done it yet, but I'm definitely gonna do. I'm trying to find the right time of year, and we're gonna make an episode out of it. It's gonna be a vlog, because our guests go on it like all the time. So it's gonna be That's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, they leave one way and they come back a whole nother way by the end of it. So it's always interesting to see the difference, but it looks like a lot of fun. Gash says happy Earth Strong. Thank you very much. Latoya says happy blessed Earth Day. Greetings from the Netherlands. I'd really like to visit DropX. Yeah, would love to have you. And thank you for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. We were talking about dates yesterday. We're looking at. I mean, we plan on having tickets go for sale. Not this week. Next week, it'll be. We'll have everything up on the site. And as I mentioned last week, we're gonna do payment plans as well. So it's very the medium that we're using to collect payments is like it's very easy and seamless to set up. It's actually very beautiful. So I'm excited. I don't know why we didn't think of this before, but I'm excited to release that. And so you'll be able to choose what plan that you want to go on, and understand. It's a good amount of money. We're talking about at least $1,200 here to do that, plus hotel and everything. So I completely understand it, and we want to get, if this is a way to get more people to come, and I want as many people to come as humanly possible, we're gonna put things in place. So anyway, we are looking at the last week in November. So we're looking at the week of the 25th. So we're looking to start like half a day earlier I think we did that last year. We started on Sunday. So it was like the 24th to the 30th. It was sorry, not the 24th, the 17th to the 23rd. And so it's a week before Thanksgiving. Not officially announced. This is what we're leaning towards. We're going to be doing some renovations at the hotel, and so that's why we're pushing it back. And there's certain things that we're trying to we're trying to align to like really be solid on those dates. But just tentatively, that's the date that we're looking at. Those are the dates that we're looking at. FYI. CK says, good day, Throp. Love the show. Keep up the good work. I want to hear more about what's going on the east side of Jamaica, especially in Portland, by the Blue Lagoon and so on. So we are actually going to be we're gearing up to do I can't even call it a vlog. It's a series that we're gearing up to. We've already started planning it to go to that side of the island, but it's just scheduling. I mean, a lot of this business I'm learning is like logistics, like crazy, not crazy logistics, but you really got to be organized like every single day, and then like planning out shoots, and with not only like our internal team, but also the people that you want to work with. And then weather's a factor too. Anyway, I know it sounds like I'm making all these excuses, but nonetheless, we are planning to go there this year, and doing, I don't know if you want to call it investigations, but we're planning on going to that side of the island. So thank you for the suggestion. So it's reminding me Mother's Day in the UK. Yep. Thank you. Welcome says hi guys. Hi to you as well. Eddie says good afternoon, Throp and guests. Good afternoon to you as well. Thanks for joining. CK Bond. It has been a long time indeed, man. I hope you are well. Good to see you. Carla says there's a similar program in Mexico getting wheelchairs and disability aid to the country, similar as well in Cambodia and Vietnam. Is the hospital you speak of a nonprofit? If not, use Red Cross to assist. So with respect to the ambulance that I was talking about, it was I'm almost certain it was I can't tell you, it was a public hospital. But I don't know how the Red Cross works, but it's logistically it can be a bit of a headache clearing things here, particularly as a nonprofit. And I know like when they switch administrations, this is from my perspective of having a nonprofit organization, sometimes these rules change drastically in terms of clearance. And so you just kind of got to always, as a nonprofit, you just got to always keep up with these things. Whatever it is, it's not impossible. Don't get me wrong, it's not impossible. People do it all the time. We used to do it all the time. We do it a lot less these days in terms of NEAT, but there has to be some persistence and passion there to really get this out and like really remind yourself like why you're doing this, whether you're donating books, computers, hospital beds, wheelchairs, ambulance, whatever have you. You know, you're doing it to help the citizens of Jamaica. And no matter what bureaucracy, red tape that you have to go through, at the end of the day, it's worth it. You're going to be saving somebody's life or improving the quality of life that they have in perpetuity. So just keep that in mind as you may go through the frustrations of bureaucracy and red tape. College asking, what is diaspora? Diaspora is essentially, I mean, this is any country. It's the people of a nation who have uh, moved away from that said nation. So you know, the Jamaican diaspora is made up of Jamaicans who were born here that have gone abroad and set up their life there, and I would even say the offspring of those parents of those individuals as well. I would put them in that category. Justin says took care of Patreon. Thank you so much, Justin. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Our Patreon community is growing higher and higher heights, right? Punty says, hello, people in chat. Good to see you. CK Bond says, drop the backward system is going to be the downfall of Jamaica. I mean, I'd like to think that we're moving away from we're going forward, right? I would like to think that, and I feel like you know maybe that's like one of the last frontiers for the country is the I don't know what you want to call it, the import logistics, hula hoops, bureaucracy, and it's not on everything, you know, because even as a hotel here, like we like it's this like I guess we understand it. We do this all the time, like with our renovations that we're doing, and we make shipments, like so that stuff like you get, and but it's more so sometimes like at least on the nonprofit side, that's where I find you can have some challenges, you know, and how they value these things. But I will say, like, it has gotten better, nonprofit aside, and I look at and I've talked about this before. Is the I mean, when I say it's gotten better, it's gotten smoother, right? And I think what I perhaps CK what you're referring to and what I am advocating for is for cheaper tariffs at the end of the day. And I really do believe from like an economic standpoint that hinders the progress of just the macroeconomics of Jamaica as a whole because just everything is just so much more expensive. But I would love to know, like from an economist standpoint, you know, is there a benefit to having such high tariffs? I can't see it, you know, but is there, you know, is it keeping out other industries and making us buy Jamaica first, if you know what I'm saying, because tariffs are so high here? um is it stopping, like, you know, we have a car problem here in terms of like there's so many cars, right? Is it stopping from even more cars coming into Jamaica? You know, I always like to look at things from the other perspective. um you know, so these are kind of questions that I don't have the answers to you, but like it's just also me and my brain trying to think of the other side's argument. But then when you look at other countries that have, I feel, more, and I don't know if it's trade agreements is the right thing, but like just I was going to say more equitable trade agreements where there is a free flow of goods and services across borders, and there isn't like an exorbitant amount or exorbitant costs associated with clearing items. And mind you, you know, that's not including shipping, right? And so I think the car example is a good one because we all know if you bring in a car, you're going to pay 100% duty on that or near it, you know. So if you know, we talked about Teslas, Lamborghinis, and Rarris earlier, and so a Jamaican bringing in a $200,000 Lambo truck. Have I seen a Lambo truck? I don't know if I've seen a Lambo truck, but I know I've seen Lambos here. So, you know, call it a $250,000 Lambo. They paid twice for it. You know, they got 200,000 to buy it, 200,000 to clear it. You know, US that is. So Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane that's happening and people are doing that. But it also speaks to the direction. I mean, I won't say direction, but yeah, I guess you could say direction that Jamaica is heading in. That there are multiple people who are living here that are able to do that like it's nothing. I mean, maybe it's something, but you got $200,000 to anyway. We don't got to do that. But I would like to think that we're moving in a positive direction. Essentially, is what I'm saying. CK Bond. All right, let's keep rolling here. Justin D says Cowboys play Thanksgiving Day. Of course you would know that. Of course you'd know that. Caller says I've done Lambert's bus for many years. Unfortunately, the young kids now hustle his buses, including his son. Uh-oh, I don't like to hear that. Carl's talking about the One Love bus we were talking about earlier. I got to give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot one of these days. Melissa says, David and I sending you birthday wishes. Thank you very much, Melissa. Thank you, David, as well. Appreciate you guys. Hope you all are well. Javon says, what's the average price of land in Negril? I understand beachfront would be pricier, but I'm looking to do apartments. It really depends. I mean, that's such an open question. One thing I would say for beachfront property, this is like I'm talking with a couple other hoteliers, but basically beachfront, you're looking at about close to 1.5 million US per acre at this point, and that's for like flat open lot, and that's if they're gonna sell. Like, trust me, buying a beachfront property here is not easy. It's not easy. It's a hard, and I know this is not your goal, Javon, but it's a hard. You're gonna pay above market rate. It's tough, and I not even just say the commercial property that we're looking at here. Oh, well, at least I'm looking at here. But also if you're looking at, say, if you're like looking at a condo or an apartment. So like, we're talking about Negril Beach Club. We're talking about Beach House, Point Village. I'll even throw in Little Bay Country Club. So you're and they're seldom for sale, those kind of places. As far as like open lots, I don't want to speculate here. I used to know it so much better when I was doing more Negril real estate videos. I can't even. I'm trying to think of if anybody can remind me of a number, and like I don't know, somebody can remind me of a number, but my bottom line answer is like it really depends on where you're looking. So, deep West End, Beach Road, you're going very, very different pricing. Arthur Kwame McPherson says, Throp X, bless Throp, long time. Thanks for chiming in, Kwame. Dale Anderson says, hey, Throp, the info that you always present. Hope to meet you someday. Yeah, that would be cool. Arcad the Third. The reason tariffs are so high is because most Jamaicans don't pay taxes. Could be, but I mean, Jamaicans pay taxes, and Jamaicans pay GCT. Maybe they don't pay. Um, I mean, and if you have a job, you're paying, PAYE, Heart, NHT. What am I missing? PAYE, Heart, NHT, and NIS. So you got those statutory deductions. So, and GCT, of course, but could be. I mean, I think that's something to look into. I'm not saying you're wrong or you're right at all, but I think that's something to think about. Alfred and Ash Academy. Good morning, Thrive. Keep doing a great job. Everything takes time. When I move to Negril, I will not be working. I just want to give my time to make a difference. Jamaica is a beautiful place. Amazing, amazing. Alila Lee, for example, importing alcohol has high tariff, high import duties on alcohol, inhibits U.S. competition with domestic producers of beer and spirits. Alila also says, "Are we able to get a hydroponic farmer on the show? Jamaica is spending $1.4 billion on importing food because Jamaica doesn't have enough farmers. If we could keep half of that in the country, that's a great idea." We've had we've had farmers on the show, not a hydroponic farmer, but that's something to look into. I will make a note of that. I don't think that should be too hard to find somebody an expert in that. But yeah, I do think we need to do more farming here for sure. And with and I think this is like farmers. I don't know if well, farmers and just tradesmen in general. I know a theme that they continue to say is that it's very hard to get young people into these industries, and it's just like, man, who are going to be our future farmers, and we do need more young people in there. We try to get a few young farmers on here, but we just I guess it's hard to get a farmer on here, trust me. I've tried. I mean, we've probably tried 3 or 4 different farmers. um I mean, like, and when I say farmers, like, they are like owner operator kind of thing, and they're out there. So it's very difficult, and it's come to think of it, it's all females, actually, all female farmers that we try to get, but the logistics of, getting their time, and like, we want them to come in because, like, the in-studio podcasts just do much better. So maybe this year we go to them instead and make it a little bit easier, but I think it's just so important to encourage, and hopefully they would inspire future farmers to do what they're doing, and they seem to be lucrative, and they seem to be doing well at it. So that's something that we are really trying to figure out how to do sooner rather than later. But yes, I think for the future of the country, man, this has to be a priority in a big way. Like, I'm even thinking of, like, man, how can I get into farming? Honestly, like, we have a small family farm. I actually did a video on it, but never released it. It's got to be like 3, 4 years ago. I still have it. I gotta finish that thing. I got so much content. It's crazy. It's still relevant today. It's still relevant to today because we still have the farm, still doing the same produce. But yeah, Nico Walk says Farmer Gojas. She was one of them as well. She was one of the people that we were trying to get on, and yeah, no, it's no fault of theirs. I Trust me, no fault of theirs. It was just logistically, it's hard to align our schedules to do this because they're working all the time, and they got a farm. So I think what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to go to them, and that also takes, as I was talking earlier about logistics in this business, that takes a lot of logistics with the team and figuring things out. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out at some point. So, Leela, thank you for that suggestion. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Donna P. Bryce says, "Happy Sunday, Throp and Throppers." Thank you very much. Gareth says, "Coincidentally, I have been on a few calls with 2 realtors within the last couple of weeks regarding land for my greenhouse farming project." Awesome. And I think, like, I don't know what everybody's like their accommodation goals, what they're looking for in moving or investing in Jamaica here, but hopefully that you're able to have like a little plot of land, or to do some farming, to do some home farming. I think it's just so important. The soil here is just so rich, and it's just so much better for you. And maybe you could even, trade with neighbors. Like, I mean, even just having a mango tree. I remember my grandmother, she lived in Kingston, and she had this mango tree, like the best mangoes. And yeah, she used to give them away to everybody. So my point is, like, hey, maybe you can do some trading, some bartering. Arcad third. I went to school for agriculture, but I am now working as a banker. Farming doesn't pay, and it's hard to watch people steal your labor. I mean, so I had I can't even say his last name. Uh, well, Thorbex. I had. Let me see. Should I try to say his last name? No, I'm just gonna say Mark. We had a farmer on last. Sorry, now at this point, um 2 years ago, the first Thropex, Martin, and he was the owner of Afro Jam, and he's kind of the opposite. He started in hospitality, saw a gap in the market here in Jamaica. I forget what hotel he was working at, but I remember him telling the story of him working in hospitality and it being a struggle for the restaurant to get consistent produce. And excuse me. So he decided. So he decided he would start a farm and start supplying that particular hotel. And he's doing exceptionally well. He's won Farmer of the Year multiple years. He told the story of how he went to kind of the same mindset that I'm not saying this is your mindset, Arcad. I'm not saying that at all, but there was this mindset that farmers are poor and don't make money. And I guess everybody's different. Everybody's situation is different. So anyway, he was telling this story. And of course, I'm probably butchering it, but he's telling this story about how he went to this party and there was two girls there, and he was chatting them up, and the conversation came up. I was like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And he's like, "I'm a farmer." That's what he told the girls. And like after he told the girls that, they kind of just walked away and just left him. And he was like, the sad thing is they probably had to take a taxi or a bus to get back home, get back to the yard where he had his BMW sitting in the parking lot. And he was just, and I think we put out a short called "Farming Over Flossing," and it was just like a good indication, a good example of just like you can be a lucrative farmer here in Jamaica. I see a lot of I'm talking about produce, but I see a lot of people also getting into marijuana. I don't know if that market is like oversupplied or anything like that, but that seems like a very highly competitive, and like if you're doing it for the money, that is. I feel like that's a very highly competitive situation here. But to your point, there's $1.4 billion being spent by the government on importing food here. But if each of us could do a little bit, and like I said, do a little bit of trading, a little bartering with neighbors, friends, maybe there's a circle of small farmers. But I think we can make a real impact and a real dent. But I believe there's opportunity, lots and lots of opportunity. I guess it's finding the land is an important aspect of that. Justin D said, "I remember telling you to do a vid about from your farm to the hotel table vid would blow up." I agree. Like, so that was the video. That was the video I did. It's pretty much done, but like I really wasn't such a good editor. However many years ago that was, so I'm like, man, do I really want to put this out? Like, and you like sometimes like in this game, you like in the moment you think like what you created was like this masterpiece, and then you look back however many years and you're like, this is absolute trash. And so like I feel like when I revisit that and I look at it with my 2024 40-year-old eyes, I'm just like, man, what was I thinking, kind of thing. So we'll see if we release it, but the value is there. To be honest, it may not be the most cinematographic video and best storytelling, but I believe the graphic is there. I'll revisit it and see if we're going to release it. Gareth says, "My goal is to be a supplier to the hotel industry, both produce and some poultry." I think like that is great. And I could tell you like one thing that like we have good relationship with our farmer. So we have our farm that is not enough to fully supply the hotel. And then we have a farmer that we work with. Mr. Johnson, we've probably been working with him for it's definitely over 10 years for sure. He's been our guy. But it took a long time to get to him, and like trial and error with different farmers. We used to send a team to, oh man, I forget where it is, but it's in St. Elizabeth basically. And so once every 2 weeks we used to send a team to our purchasing manager and a taxi driver to go to St. Elizabeth, and like I forget what it is called, but you got to get there at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and you get all of this produce at like it's fresh, it's the cheapest that you can get it at wholesale, and we should bring back and supply the hotel. Then we try to do a variety of different farmers who would come and drop off, and then eventually we landed on Mr. Johnson. He's great, very reliable, but we're always looking for reliable suppliers. That's number one. That's from a hotel retail perspective. Mark, what's going on? Good to see you. Mark McCarthy says, "Greetings, hailing from New York. Cloudy here. That backdrop is beautiful. Panoramic view is breathtaking. Yeah, it is a nice day today. It really, really is. Hope you're well, Mark. Vivian says, I hope it's not so for returning residents when things ship. No, you actually, we talked about this I think last week about you getting, somebody told me what the terminology is, but returning residents actually get a credit for repatriating back to Jamaica. I forget what it's called, but you basically, and it's a huge incentive, right? It's a huge incentive for you to either retire here, move here, repatriate here, and you get either you get it for free or you get it at a very, very low discount. So like if you're shipping your house, your bed, your couch, everything in your home, that sort of thing. So it's a little bit different for returning residents. Natural Yard says do some farming videos. Absolutely, we will. I promise. Alila says most of Jamaican farmers are over the age of 65. Very big issue. Yeah, indeed. Alfonso Ware says, Happy B Day. Oh, I didn't put it up. Happy B Day, Throp. Hope all goes well in your planned choice of enjoyment. Thank you so much. Jeff says, for agriculture to succeed, you need food processing facilities. This creates a guaranteed market for farmers. Food processing facilities. I don't know what that entails. Like as you write it there, I would assume like it goes from the farm to this facility, and then the buyers go there, pick it up, and bring it to the hotels. Is that what that works? Is that how that works? And maybe at the facility, it's cleaned and quality assurance is checked, kind of thing. Arkrod says, I remember watching that episode. Yes, Gareth says, I watched that video. Arcus says, I watched that episode. Okay, cool. Punty says, Throp, as far as you know, what produce is needed in Jamaica? What basic fruit, vegetable are we lacking in Jamaica that is needed to feed the population? I don't. Sorry, my headphone's about to die. I don't know of a particular food item that is needed or that we're short of particular produce. Like I really don't. Um, I just know from like if you think about these large hotels, we're going to talk about Princess Hotel shortly. You know, that's going to be a 2,000 room hotel. You know, to feed that many people, and this is like a concentrated amount of people and like however many acres that is. You know, to feed that many people on every single day at one location, I don't know if Jamaica, and also ensure the quality of the food. I don't think Jamaica can handle that, you know, and there's many more, maybe not hotels of that size, but close to it, you know, 1,000+ room hotels that are doing that. So like they have to import those items. So I mean, if you're a pineapple farmer and you get a contract with one of these hotels, you're gonna do phenomenal. You're gonna do phenomenal. And of course, everything's in season. If you're a watermelon guy, a person, you're gonna do well because they serve, like, just like here at Travelers, we serve fruits every single day to our guests. You know, and that's like one of the main things is being of being on an island is fresh fruits, fresh produce. So I don't think you can necessarily, and I'm of course speaking specifically from like a hotel perspective because that's what I know best, and then that's also probably what is like demanding a chunk of the produce, or at least at scale, you know. So sorry, I don't have a more specific answer. Putty says, can't believe we're lacking farmers in Jamaica when so many Jamaicans and Mexican farmers immigrate to Western country to do the same exact thing. Yep, but that's the reality, honestly. Yeah, it says, I would like to get the land in St. Anne, St. Mary, even though ideally my choice would be Portland, however. Nico says, fun fact, Jamaican diaspora remittances, money sent home average $3 billion. Elliot says, Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JamPro, facilitates investment in key products, including yam, turmeric, Irish potato, sheep, cocoa, coffee, excuse me, pineapple, onion, ginger, and honey. Kuya Cuddy says, Throp, please interview some returnees who own businesses like the vegan ice cream company owner of Baby Love. Thanks. Oh, good idea. I like that. Jazzy Tower says, how come there are no people on that beautiful beach? They're there. They're just they're in the water. You could kind of see them there. And then there's a bunch of people to the left because it's so like the sun is like directly overhead. So everybody's like in the shade right now. That's why. It's not like super crazy hot. There's like a nice breeze, so I don't want to paint the picture like it's unbearable. But people are trying to stay out the sun. I think that's what it is. Charles Adderley says, "Good afternoon from Nassau, Bahamas. Outstanding stream broadcast as usual. Thank you so much, Charles. Appreciate that." Q says there are. Hold on one sec. Sorry about that. Kuya Cuddy says there are some hydroponic farmers in Hanover. I will send you their YouTube channel. Thank you. Appreciate that. Charles Adderley says, as usual, I just smashed the like button. Please follow Charles, everybody. Gloria Namar says, yeah, returning residents does get a good tax credit, but you must provide the necessary supporting documents confirming you are actually a returning resident. Example, retirement letter, etc. He says to start a farm in Jamaica, you can rent land for very little. That's right. Thank you, RN2 CEO. Newmarket. So that's where I was talking to. Like that's where we used to send the team from Travelers to get the produce at wholesale, and that's Newmarket. Thank you. Appreciate that. Gara says Jamaicans import tons of vegetables and meats. Yes, they do. Tisha says there was an article placed out that states Jamaican farmers should look into investing in spices as well as turmeric, ginger, and pimento. Yeah, there was like I forget what it was. Like there was some I don't know, maybe it's the world, but there's some country that like really wants those spices. I remember turmeric and ginger specifically. Like I remember like people were trying to set up those like very large farms specifically for that. I remember my dad's friend was like, I'm starting a ginger farm. I'm like, what? I don't know if he ever did, but this was years ago. Gregory Alberto says, what's up, Throp? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you as well. Thanks for joining, Gregory. Alfonso Ward says, with the amount of new hotels and resorts that's being built in Jamaica, agriculture must be one of the top priorities for the government. We must adopt the Israeli model. I think that's a great point. Phenomenal point. All right, let's get into the next thing. All right, I'm not going to get too deep into this. Somebody asked this about the airport. So this is the last thing that I heard on it. This was a news article that came out last week. It says, next stop, Negril success at Ian Fleming Airport excites interest in Western Jamaica town. Gonna just skim through this real quick. Not gonna read the whole thing. But it says, following the historic American Airlines flight at Ian Fleming International Airport, St. Mary, 2 Saturdays ago, attention has turned to Negril, Westmoreland, once a rustic hideaway for free-wheeling hippies who popularized its endless stretch of white sand beaches and turned the former Taino enclave into a global tourism hotspot. Tourism interests and the government believe the initial success of Ian Fleming Airport can be replicated at the 48-year-old Negril Aerodrome, now earmarked as one of the big aviation projects that could alleviate overcrowding and longer wait times at the heavily trafficked Sanctuary International Airport in Montego Bay. St. James Transport Minister Darrell Voss teased the idea of the Negril International Airport in his speech at the welcome ceremony of AA Flight 4007, saying the Ian Fleming template could be used as a model and no doubt could be just as successful. To determine the viability of the proposed Negril International Airport, the state-run Airports Authority of Jamaica, AHA, has retained a high-powered consultant and former CEO Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport, now with Bracken Aviation Management, AHA Chairman Mark Hart told The Observer. Um, let's see here. The plan to hire an international consultant was proposed last year by Voz, but Hart's confirmation has gone further by naming the firm that will be assessing the current location of the aerodrome to see what the airlift could handle. We've already determined that the current runway would be would have to be moved 150 meters, a parallel movement south of the present alignment to be able to accept larger aircraft. Hart said, noting that the assessment work would include potential identification of any other greenfield location that could accommodate larger aircraft. So I talked about this a few weeks back when I was shortly after I got off of a meeting talking about this exact situation, and yeah, they are looking at different locations around the grill, and we actually made a few suggestions. Anyway, crucially, an international airport in Negril would be convenient to the United States passengers, including tourists and members of the Jamaican diaspora coming for business, who have to land in Montego Bay and take the 2.5 hour journey by road to the bustling Westmoreland town. It's so crazy that's what it is. Remember when it used to be an hour and a half? Like this was 2 years ago. Yeah, this is well within our adult lifespans here. But because of the traffic, it literally is turning into 2.5, sometimes 3 hour drives. But it used to be an hour and a half. It's so funny. Not really. It's actually agonizing. Anyway, the site of the existing aerodrome is also desirable because of the proximity to 7 miles in the grill. It's ideal for visitors who wish to come in early for the beach and leave as late as possible, the AAJ chairman added. Putting his considerable muscle behind the project, Sandals Resort International Executive Chairman Adam Stewart said, from Negril, passengers could access a 15-minute flight to St. Mary, which borders St. Anne in the famous town of Ocho Rios, thus giving reality to the saying, take the path of least resistance. He argued that with Negril having direct access to the United States, airlines and passengers would enjoy increased access to the marketplace, thus driving higher hotel occupancy, higher rates, and more investment by indigenous entrepreneurs. VAS sought to reassure environmentalists and residents concerned about adverse impact of an international airport on the area, that their misgivings would be taken into account and factored into the development. I would also like to let them know that right across the Caribbean, similar sentiments have been expressed when such developments were being contemplated. What we have to do is find ways to satisfy their concerns while ensuring we continue with much needed development. He said I feel like he's referring to Tulum, and I've seen, I wouldn't say reports, like when there was two things. There was the airport, and also they have a train going from Cancun, where you land, where most people land, who go to Tulum, to Cancun to Tulum. Otherwise, it would be a 2 hour drive. I don't know how long that train ride is. But then also they're having an airport there. But I remember going into the comments of they were just showing this train, and they're clearing all this forestry and everything like that, and people were just saying like it's an environmental disaster. So we, of course, don't want that to happen here, and I don't think we would, at least as a community, I don't think we would allow that to happen. As a matter of fact. So as we do the update on the airport there, I want to watch this video. Do I have it up? Okay, I got it here. All right, before we go into the video, let's just go through a few comments here real quick. Drop said you should get Ricardo Chambers on the show. I don't know who that is. Who's Ricardo Chambers? Nico Walk says, hell no to international airport at Negril. I think very opposite. I think we definitely need it. And I think that will be a huge game changer. for Negril if we had that. We from a tourism perspective, like, and I before I saw your comment, I brought up Tulum, and we got to think we are competing with that very much. There are some people, many people who travel the world who are not going to sit in a car for over an hour to go to a destination, and there will be people here. I feel like people do weekend trips to Montego Bay. It's so different to do that in the grill, to do a weekend trip here, to take, if you're coming from New York, take a 3.5 hour flight to New York, then sit in it, then clear customs. Maybe that takes you an hour and a half, then to, get your bag and everything. And then you get out. I mean, customs probably could be 2 hours sometimes at least. But anyway, you get out and you take a 2.5 drive to the hotel. I mean, that's a whole entire day gone. But if you could do your 3.5 hours and then after landing, be on the beach within a 5 hour time span, beautiful, 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 beautiful. But and like I said, we're competing globally, and like this is the way I would like to think about that. And other travel and tourism destinations are winning like elements of this battle, so to speak. We had a friend who came down last week, and he noticed two things. He's like, one, his plane coming to Jamaica wasn't completely full, but then when he looked over at the Cancun line, he said it was packed out. And his premonition, his thought was that Jamaica is losing a lot of people to Mexico, and he's probably, and this is, we're sorry, context, we're specifically speaking about the recent travel advisory that we had. And so we could be losing, I think we're losing a lot to that. We have the travel advisory, we have the 2.5 hour drive. There's so many things. We have the traffic, like there's so many things working against us, but we have to like anticipate them and put things in place to mitigate against these risks. I was going to say existential threats, but like something like that we don't even have real control over. But anyway, we have to compete where we can. Q says, I used to be buy most organic produce on poultry from local farmers who took orders on his website. Good day, Throp. That's from Oren. Good day, Throp. Good day, everyone. I'm late. You're here. No worries. Miami cycling. Throp, when are you getting a bicycle? I'm waiting. I have a mountain bike. That's the best I got right now, but I know that's not what you're talking about. One day, I will come into the cycling world, and as you say, I will go to the dark side as soon as my running career is over. Who knows how long that's going to last at this point. Claudia says, I think the bridge bypass from Montego Bay might be more viable option. I think so too. I think that's going to help. I think that's going to help tremendously. And I think that's probably more immediate, but I do believe we need both. And we're going to get into that video shortly. I believe both. Or it says, there won't be an international airport in Negril, maybe an airport where small planes land for domestic flights, but an international airport like Montego Bay is not sustainable in Negril. Again, I tend to disagree. And it doesn't have to be where the airport is now. And I honestly doubt it's going to be there, if it is going to be an international airport, right? And don't think that it's going to be like as large as Montego Bay. Like, again, taking the Ian Fleming airport playbook. I haven't been there myself, but I'm sure it's nowhere near as large as Montego Bay or Norman Manley International Airport. So these, there's a lot of reasons to why I've stated them before, but we don't have to get into it now because I want to get into this video. But that's just my personal opinion. Leela says a lot of people against it. Leela says Jamaica don't need so many airports. Fair enough. If you think that. Donna Bryce says, Throb, did you see the brilliant videos by Irina on travel advisory? Nope, I have not seen that yet. I saw she put it up, but I will watch it at some point for sure. Orange says, bear in mind, tourism is quite seasonal. How the airport must be sustained during low season travel periods. I mean, I will say, agreed. Traditionally, I think like tourism is seasonal. I mean, there's low season and there's high season, but I'm telling you, COVID has switched it up. And if you talk to the average hotelier here, is this going to last forever? I don't know. But the last 2 years, I would say many hoteliers that I've spoken to and I can speak for travelers as well. It was almost as if we didn't have an off season. It was just a consistent stream, like right through. I don't know if the airlines are saying the same thing. I have no idea. And I know there are flights that only come during the winter period. But I do believe like we can get out of the cyclicality of winter, summer, that sort of thing. And I think, with these, sports and entertainment ministry and doing different events throughout the year and in the summer, Dream Weekend is a great example of that. Like that used to be a dead time during during the summer, and now it's like literally the most popular 5 days in Negril. I would say even Reggae Marathon is another example. First week in December used to be a dead time for us here in Negril. Now they do that event. You can't get right now. You can't get a room right now. You couldn't get a room last month, as a matter of fact. Like everybody's booked out. Everybody's booked out for that not just that weekend, but that week. And so I think attracting the right investors, attracting the right events to Jamaica, you'll be able to like even out that cyclicality. And of course, it's never when and then it's price different for sure. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get a cheaper rate, but occupancy levels like we can definitely bring up. CK Bond says a new airport in Negril will be a game changer for the area. Yes, I think so too. I mean, what that would do for business, like hotel aside, even people, there's a lot of people who live in Miami and work in Kingston, and there's a lot of people who live in Kingston and work in Miami. It's just such a beautiful thing. It's only 2 hours, to do that, from business perspective. And I'm not saying like, are we going to get direct flights from Heathrow? I doubt we'll get that, at least like not anytime soon. But Miami, Atlanta, New York, why not? Why not? I mean, that opens up Negril so much, even from an investment perspective. My my immediate concern is like what was written in the article that Minister Vaz addressed, which would be the environmental aspect of it, and that would be like number one priority in my mind. And then the logistics of the whole situation, but I don't see a lot of downside to it. I don't see a lot of downside to having an international airport. And then you think about the like Montego Bay, Jamaica needs more airports because the capacity, you're gonna hit a critical mass in Montego Bay at some point. Like if we are like literally thinking like, hey, we want to be a country, I forget how many millions, but like say we want to be a country that is bringing in 4 to 5 million tourists a year. Montego Bay can't handle that. And then where else is it going to expand? Are you going to use eminent domain to expand the airport at this point? Remember, it's on the water. Um, so it's just, from a logistical standpoint, I don't know. And I remember like one we were reading this article. This was probably maybe a year, 2 years ago, talking about the foresight of the I don't know who it is. Let's say say the government, but they understood at the time that this plan was started in like I feel like 2017 or something like that, but they knew at the time that by 2028 the Montego Bay Airport, at the rate at which Jamaica was growing and attracting tourists, that by 2028 Montego Bay and in its current state at that time would no longer be able to handle the amount of traffic of people coming in, and they began to make vast improvements and expansion of the airport, and they continue to do so. I mean, if you go there now, there's massive construction there. I'm actually not super certain what they're doing, but then they're expanding the parking lot, they're changing the facades, like it's different. But even now, like you got to get to the airport like crazy early. Like I remember, where was I going last? I was going to New York. I went to New York for my friend's mother's funeral last month, and if I didn't have one, I couldn't use priority pass to to go to the faster security line. I couldn't use that because the lounge was full. But if I didn't have my a QR code check-in plus just a checked bag, I would have missed my flight because security is crazy. And then on top of that, when I got to actually the security area, I showed them, I was like, look, my flight is boarding like literally right now. Can you help me out? And then they helped me skip the whole line. And so, and I got there my usual normal time. I wasn't late, as in my mind, I wasn't late. But it just goes to show you that the airport is crazy. The airport is crazy, and it's like literally at like just it's bursting at the seams, bursting at the seams. Like you got to get there super, super early. Use Club Mobay, but you can't do it the day of. You can't do it the day before. Like, you got to do it a few days before. So it just goes to show you that the expansion of and interest of Jamaica is just it's just so rife. You can feel it when you go there, and same thing when you're landing, I'm sure, during this winter. And I know a lot of people are frustrated and complaining about it, but there's so many more people, and it's just like we want the Minister of Tourism to expand to different markets. We want him to get heads to beds, as he likes to say. We want to get them butts in seats on the planes, that sort of thing. But if he continues to do this and grow and expand, this is like we have like a multitude of bottlenecks. So what are we to do? What are we to do? And I think I think those planes are the ones going to Ian Fleming. These aren't 747s or anything like that. But even if it's like 70, 100 people, that's 70, 100 people less that are going to Montego Bay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of these things help. It's just like less people getting on the road, driving from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios or wherever it is that they're going. And like the same mentality I'd like to put to approach if we were to get an airport here in Negril. Donna Bryce says high-end travelers are taking Tim Air. I don't know what that is. Am I am I reading that wrong? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Free Jack, Dr. Free Jack here. Throp, I sent you a LinkedIn invite. Please connect. All right, I'll take a look. Donna Bryce says Canadian flights to Jamaica are going out full. There you go. Oh, I'll say February is Canada month. Donovan Taylor, Westmoreland is where the international airport should be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be Negril. That's a great point. It doesn't have to be Negril. There's a lot of land in Westmoreland, lots of land. But it's going to be expensive. Like if you, like, you're obviously going to need to build roads too, and Jamaica definitely has a road problem. That's for sure. Alila said Ricardo Chambers is a famous Jamaican sprinter, and he started a hydroponic farm and trying to get more young Jamaicans involved, located in Spurtree. Cool, cool. Zoe says, I think there's a lot of working again in the grill. The In the past, there was Trains in Jamaica, a local airline. I feel we need that 10 minutes from Mobay to the grill. Be phenomenal. Yeah, I always say like I remember as a kid taking a flight from Negril in Jamaica from Negril to Kingston. That no longer exists. One of the scariest, no, not one of the most scariest flight of my entire life. Like that thing was crazy, but we made it there safely. RK says, "Hello, Throp. I'm looking at Parasitic Beach Club in Ochi. Have you done any research on this development?" Nope. I've heard about it. I know about it, but have not done anything. I can't really speak to that. Sorry, man. Person. I don't know if it's a male or female. Sorry about that. Donna Bryce says, Irene explained in detail the biases surrounding travel advisories. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. There's a lot of inherent biases. Like even like we were talking about, like I was hanging out with a bunch of influencers last week, and we were just like, we got to do something about this, collectively, just like basically flood the market because it's so silly. Like, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something because you look at this beach, like everybody here is like living like their best life. Everything is chill. Like I don't know what these people are talking about. And I saw like some dude put out. I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to give no more fuel to that. But I'll take a look at the Irina's video. Thank you, Donna. Hunty says those tourists are misinformed. I don't see why they're passing up Jamaica from Mexico when the cartel are killing people on and off resorts. Some of the cartel themselves even own specific resorts. Like I mean, every country has, I mean, every country has their challenges, right? But to me, it's just like if you're gonna put out a travel advisory, like a travel warning, make it make sense, make it equitable, right? It's just like, do you want people to take these things seriously? And it's just like, we're not living in the 90s now. Like we have the internet, we have social media, and it's just like to me, it just makes you think like I don't know. Like, do we like why should we trust you if like what you're saying doesn't make sense? Doesn't make sense. Like, and I just remember thinking back to like when we had the state of emergency. I think it was a year or 2 years ago, and we got the travel advisory. Like everybody was just like, okay, that makes sense. We understand. Like there wasn't, but like there's like tremendous pushback. We were like, what are y'all talking about? What are you talking about? Like nothing happened. Murders are down 20%. Crime against tourists com- continue to be less than 1%. And it's like, why are you doing this now? Where is this coming from? Again, make it make sense. So I don't know. I think by doing this sort of thing, you just make those things lose value inherently. Darnell says, have you seen Artsy Island Girl Jamaica vlogs? No. Let me type that in. I don't know who that is. Artsy. Let's see. I don't know who that is. I teed it up here, so at least I can watch it later. Thank you for that. Wait, hold on. Is this? No, no. Okay, I thought this was the video I was about to show, but it's by somebody different. Thank you for that, Darnell. Sherry K says the weather is so delightful that people visit JA year round. Agreed. King Abija says, where did you say the person lives who said Cancun flights are booked more than Jamaica? They live in New York. This was more of a anecdotal observation. He was traveling. I don't know what airline he flew, but he was just traveling in from New York, and he saw that again the flights compared to the flight that he was going on, looking at the Cancun flight, it was just packed out. So it says, I want to believe trains to Jamaica model from Kingston to Negril and Montego Bay to Negril would work. Would it be profitable? Who knows? But I recall using that in the past. Yeah, I think at some point, yeah, we have to get that. Like, I don't think that's anything that Jamaica can touch right now. We're talking about expanding the road network. We're talking about getting new airports, yada yada yada. I don't know if that's something that we can touch like immediately, but definitely, I think it's something we got to get to eventually. Just better public transportation overall. Would an airport, and this is Mickey Faye says, would an airport and a grill negatively impact resorts in Montego Bay? I would think so. I mean, honestly, I would think so. Um, I mean, and that's also a great point. If I was a hotel in Montego Bay, I wouldn't want a hotel. I wouldn't want a Negril to have an airport. That's for sure. Because I mean, no disrespect. Like, I think Negril, in a different way, has so much more to offer than Montego Bay. I mean, of course, Montego Bay is like it's the second city, right? So it's got more restaurants, nightlife, just more activity in general. But when you just look at the topography and layout of Negril from just a natural Earth standpoint, it's just like there are just so many more advantages here, and I think a lot more people will be happier and enjoy Jamaica in a different way. I was not going to say better, but in a different way than Montego Bay. I mean, there's just so many more advantages to vacationing here. Negril is the most walkable town in Jamaica, hands down. Somebody argue with me. Somebody, come at me. You got the beach. You got a 5 mile strip of beach. We have a little over 2 mile of a dedicated walking path that is supposed to be extended. I'm going to start pushing for this soon, but it's already earmarked. The money's already earmarked, but it's supposed to be extended. We're supposed to have 7 miles total of a walking, running, biking path dedicated to pedestrians. Right now, it's a 2 mile, so we're looking for our 5 miles. It is Negril is like one of the most easy navigatable towns as well. You can't get lost here. You got the 7 mile strip of the beach, you got the 7 miles of the West End, and then you got the deep West End. And I think that's like one of the main reasons that Negril is so appealing to people, because it's so easy to find your own lane. It's so easy to be just like independent. Montego Bay, I'm like, and this is not, don't get me wrong, I'm not trashing Montego Bay at all. Like, I loved it, like Montego Bay, and there's a lot of huge advantages to vacationing there, to living there. I'm not trashing it at all, but I'm just giving the advantages that there are in Negril. You don't need anybody here. Like, if you come, for example, stay here at Travelers, and you want to go explore a restaurant or a bar, like, you don't gotta go, figure out, do I need to call a taxi driver to go here, or what if I go down the street and I get lost? You can see everything, especially on the beach. You can see where you're going, and you can easily walk back, kind of thing. So you have like just an incredible amount of independence and autonomy when you're here. And you don't necessarily, you also get that. You don't have to be staying on the beach. You also get that on the West End. You can very much, a lot of people like walking on the West End. And I always say, like, when I'm on vacation, I'm going to a new city, like, I love to walk everywhere. You can't do that in Montego Bay. So I think, or you can do that maybe in a very much more limited way. Did my camera just die? I think my camera died. Hold on. Oh, you know why it died? Because I didn't plug it in. Didn't plug in the power. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Ugh. Rookie mistake here. I'm gonna plug it in, and we should be okay. This is a good time to take a little break. All right, we're gonna show let's go. I think we said we're gonna show part 3 instead of part 2 for the Negril Drive. All right, let's do it. Hope you guys are enjoying the tour so far. If you are, let me know. Put it in the comment section. If you have a favorite part, let me know. You can also put that in the comment section. And if you're interested in any of the properties that I've mentioned and want more information, of course, no commitments by any means, but it's always good to gather information as it relates to investing or understanding the dynamics of a community or an area as it relates to real estate. So coming up here on your right is Jackie's on the Reef, which is another one of my absolute favorite spa massage places to go to. This is a super zen place. If this, you want to find a place that you need to recalibrate, adjust your mind, like, that is the place. And Jackie is just an amazing person, and if you know her, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And here on both sides of the road, this is West Ender Inn, another great property on the West End. They have both sides of the road, so you have sea access on the right here as the camera pans over there. Beautiful views on those buildings there, looking out to the sea. And this is west, right? So this is deep west. So you can imagine what the sunsets look like from these properties. They are absolutely gorgeous. I think the best in the world. And I do not apologize for that at all. I've seen sunsets from all over the world, and I have yet to see one that really beats Negril, especially deep west. And so you can go that road, and you're basically heading south at that point. I think we're actually heading south now. Yeah, we are heading south at this point. Southeast, I should say. And that'll take you to like Little London. And then if you've been paying attention on the channel, when we talk about the Little Bay development, that's also in that direction, like Jam West Little Bay. But that's literally you're on the coast going down there. But it's not a road. You'd have to, I don't know how you do it, but from what I heard that apparently they're building a road right there to connect Deep West End and that. So who knows? This is Honeycomb Ave here on the right. There are houses that people have bought the land and built there. close family friend used to live there, couple, but they unfortunately they passed away. But my dad and his friends, they used to go there all the time to play dominoes, and great place to watch the sunset. And those were just some really, really good times back in the day. So now I would say we're kind of heading back to civilization, if you will. Again, not the greatest of roads here, so we're just taking our time. I don't have a truck, I have a car that's not the best for traversing these potholes, but it works. But yeah, so we're gonna be basically heading back to downtown Negril at this point, as soon as we get up this hill and around the bend. And this is the first, I would say, driving tour that we will be doing, but we'll do this again. We'll do another one for Negril because we only covered the west end, and then we have like the whole beach road. And I would even say Negril Road would be, it's not that long, but there's a lot to talk about with Negril Road, especially when it comes to development and when it comes to understanding the future of Negril. That is Mr. Hogg's house. This is what is known as Hog Heaven, and this is owned by a very prominent Negril family, the Hoggs. And if you want a piece of property back here, if you're interested in, you'll have to go through the Hoggs, and that's I believe that's my dad's friend that I was mentioning before. That's who he bought his property from. As we're driving, just trying to remind you guys about ThropX, and it's coming up in November. And if you want to learn more about investing in Jamaica in general and real estate, like this is definitely the conference for you. And it continues to be just a high level of interest in investing in Jamaica, and particularly buying land and building homes in Jamaica. And of course, I am super, super biased, so I will always, not always, but I will always put Negril first and show you and just because I know the most about this area, and I will show you what there is to offer. And if I don't know, I will put you in touch with people and experts who know more about this. But tickets are for sale on thropx.com, www.thropx.com, and it's going to be an awesome event. If you know Amashika Lauren, who is the host last year, she is confirmed for being the host this year. She's absolutely amazing, super, super talented. She's doing some really awesome stuff in her own career, and she's just one of those people that in my opinion, that are just gonna just blow up at some point in time. And I feel very fortunate and special to have her as part of the ThropX team, and in a real sense being the face of it. And I know she's gonna kill it. She killed it last year. She's excited, and so am I. Extremely, extremely excited. We are moving towards downtown Negril. I don't know the names of these little communities. I believe we're moving into Good Hope, and I know somebody's gonna kill me in the comments and say, no, it's such and such. But yeah, let me know. Like I said, I like riding my bike through here in the morning. As you can see, there's almost no traffic at all. Only thing you gotta worry about is these dogs. I don't know why. There's always this group of dogs right here at this hill. They just come after me. The same hill that we're going up. I don't know where that road leads, but I've never been up there. But they always come at you on an uphill where you can't ride away from them. But always get away. Never had any issues. Just a little quick few second chase and then they run out of breath, and I usually outride them. At least I have outridden them 100% of the time so far. Hopefully I can continue my streak. Hope you guys are enjoying the tour so far. And if there is like an area that you want to see me tour or do something similar to this, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to. Perhaps we can do one to Sav and maybe to Montego Bay. I don't know if you like these kind of things. If there's like maybe a topic that we want to cover, I can kind of do it while we take a little drive together. But yeah, let me know what you all think about this. But I think this is a good break for the live stream as well. So at least you're getting a bit of an education at the same time while I'm able to take a break. I'm sure I'm like probably eating something right now while you all are watching this. I don't know what I'm talking about here in the car, but I hope it's something interesting. I can't really hear. All right, we are back. Camera's still not on. That's how dead the battery is. All right, we're going to change that in a second. You guys don't need to see me right now anyway, do you, right? Still charging. All right, wanted to talk about this Darnell's comment. This is a great comment. But do you think it's an investment ploy to say Jamaica is dangerous? Kind of like what banks said about Bitcoin, so they can get in before the prices go up. And so like I had this conversation with a realtor. Man, this was like kind of when I first started doing this. And he was basically saying, and it makes like the most sense to me, he's like, this is the only thing keeping Jamaica's prices down is the crime. And it's so true. Like that's maybe not the only thing, but definitely like the main thing. I mean, just like, let's think about it. Like, let's really, really think about it. Like if there was a magic wand that was waved and tomorrow Jamaica's let's say murder rate, because that's what most people go off of. Like, let's say like that is cut in half or becomes a fraction of what it is today and what it is right now. Like, think about what that would do for land prices. Think about that would do for apartment prices. Like that would be that's crazy. It would be crazy. And then you combine that with, hey, imagine we start getting our roads fixed, right? And we have smooth roads throughout. I mean, all these things like would just man, it would just clear up the perception of Jamaica, and it would skyrocket land prices. So, I mean, you have to ask yourself the question, right? As an investor, a potential investor, do you believe that Jamaica's crime eventually, or maybe not eventually, but Jamaica's crime situation is moving in a positive direction? Like, do you have that belief? Do you have that thinking, that mindset? And if you do, then I mean, of course, investing now would be the best thing to do. But if you think like things are getting worse and only will become worse, and you are seeing things from your perspective that don't give you confidence that things are getting better, then you're probably not going to invest here. And nobody has a magic wand to do that. Nobody has a crystal ball to see what the future holds, right? But I think it's I am not going to tell anybody what to do, but I think it's important for you and us as potential investors. It's just like to pay attention to the things that are actually important, right? And not what I would say is a sensationalization of things that happen in Jamaica, and some of them are very sad, very tragic, but it's also important to look into how they happen, right? And I always say, like, thankfully, like, Jamaica is not a place, generally speaking, where random crimes happen. Where, I mean, you think about the United States and, like, school shootings and gun violence, like, that's just not Jamaica. That's not something. I don't have any kids, but, like, that's not something that you'd have to think of if you're sending your kids to school. Like, the kids here in Jamaica, as far as I know, like I said, I don't have kids, but, like, I don't think they're doing active shooter drills in schools in Jamaica. Whereas in the United States, like, that is normal. That is part of the culture, which is crazy, right? So it's like, I don't know where I was going with that. But I was just thinking back to a conversation that I'm having with a guest who's coming on in 2 weeks on our live stream. And he lives in the DR. So I talked about him before. His name is Jamie, and he basically does what I do for the DR, and he's coming on, and we're gonna have a discussion and just kind of cross pollinate, if you will, and get an understanding of his market, and I will give him an understanding of my market and what we're doing here. And it's just so interesting. So many of the same things, like, that people will come on here or in the comments and talk about the crime and the violence, and they never invest in Jamaica and they never live here. Like, he get the same thing. Like when we had our discussion, he's laughing, like at what I'm saying. He's like, "This is crazy." It's the same exact thing. And I think what people are failing to take into consideration is the hopefully the idea. And I don't know much about DR, but, like, these are short term problems. I think from an investor standpoint, these are short term problems, and that and I think it's also important that you look at it as, again, looking at, like, and that's why I brought up the active shooter drills in schools in America, right? And you look at the things that you'd have to worry about in America that you don't necessarily have to worry about here, sort of thing. And it's different. And I guess everybody has their red line, right? Everybody has their um Alila brought up a good point. Crime in New York is so high you can't even go on the subway without fear of being slashed. Yeah, and it's like that sort of thing. And like I said, like, every place has its own concerns, and I think it depends on, like, what you're comfortable with. But it's also like, I would encourage you to, like, look into those things. Like, a random situation is more likely. I mean, you just walking, going about your business in New York, like, it's way more likely something is going to happen to you there than you walking on this beach, going to get a beer or whatever have you, or going about your business to the grocery store. I remember, like, and Joe says, the government just put the National Guard in the subway system because of the crime. Jamaican crime is not topping New York City right now. Yeah, exactly. Now, like, my friends are even mad. Like, you have a bag. I don't know. I haven't been to New York since the National Guard been there, but, like, they're checking bags and everything right now, and I guess I got to do it for safety reasons. But, it's another inconvenience. Listen to Chris, everybody. Like it up, beautiful people. Like it up. Meaning, hit the like button. And so, like, my point is, it's like, everybody has their own red line, right? But there's just certain things and certain worries that you just don't inherently have. And, like, the unfortunate thing with Jamaica in particular is this: a lot of the major crimes are, it's people, it's like, it's domestic, it's interfamily, it's intercommunity. And when we think, when I think about, like, let's say solving, but maybe addressing some of the social and cultural challenges that Jamaica has, it really comes back to the home more than anything else. And it's just like, simple things of, like, I'm not saying easy, but simple, like, conflict resolution, and how do you de-escalate situations, and how do you avoid them from going from 0 to 100, because of, like, the most menial things, and just, like, thinking more long term instead of just reacting emotionally. But that is just very much in our culture, and, like, especially, again, it's within communities, it's within families, it's within relationships. A lot of these crimes that happen very, very unfortunate, very sad. But this is like that to me is more of like a cultural mindset shift that will need to be made, and it's something that's going to be working over the long haul, over a long period of time. All right, let's I know I skipped a lot of comments here, but I want to get into this video finally. But great point, Darnell. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for the opportunity to bring that up. But like, I do think that, and I'm not. Who's to say? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Like, could it be? Could be. But it's just like you got to think that when, and I truly do believe that this will be something that will be behind us eventually. It at least it won't look like what it looks like today in a big way. And so, with that said, it's just like like this is like the time, a very good time to get in. Could crime get worse next year? Yes, but I do believe that it's trending downwards. When we look out and we look at the chart, like I do believe it's going to be trending downwards. All right, anyway, let's get into the next video, the next thing. This would be kind of the last thing I think we're going to bring up here. And so this is, I believe we brought this person's videos up here before. So this is, let's see here. Oops. Oh man, I hope this thing is, man, we might have to mute here. Oh, we'll see what this music is like. Oh no, I didn't even share it. Sorry. So this is talking about the bypass road, the Montego Bay bypass road. Let's see what the music is like first of all. You don't want to get demonetized here. All right, so we'll just watch. I haven't watched it, so we're just watching this together for the first time. Let's see what they are saying here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait till this B-roll plays.
Guys, Brown Boss JA Tours. Yes, people. So we're on the outside of the Meadows of Irwin today, and I'll take you to
And please, let's support this person, Brown Boss JA Tours. And he's giving us an update of the Montego Bay bypass. So let's go ahead and show him some love.
different sections of the Montego Bay bypass. Just to give you an update for this year, 2024. This will be my second update. And as you can see, the map on the screen right now show you the different areas that we will look over while, I take you the map.
So I'm just trying to make sense out of nonsense here. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. I don't know. Maybe it'll get clearer.
On the screen right now show you the different areas that we will look over while I take you on this journey today. So we'll start off here from the outside of the Meadows of Irwin, close to Irwindale and Fairfield. This is the current situation now at this area. So I'll show you soon how it looked, or how it actually looked back in about August 2023, when I just started making videos of this area. So, just step into the past a bit here so I can show you the magnitude of the progress that has been undertaken here at the bypass. So here we go now, guys. This was back in
Oops. I sped it up a little bit. We're at 1.5.
um,
Dreaming of a career.
Nope. Got ads. I should have downloaded it. It's all good.
it's going to be an overhead bridge, so I've heard, so to connect the Fairfield section there. Yes, people, they have come a very far way. I was really surprised. I'm gone to this section for a long time, and I'm back now, and I'm surprised to see the level of progress that has come to this area. So look over that section now. It's Irwindale. So
Little buffer in here. Sorry.
up their structures so that they can connect Irwindale to Fairfield. So, yes, people, they have reached a far way right now with this highway project. It's really something for Montego Bay, as this roadway will really help with the traffic congestion. All right, and just to remind you, I have other videos on my page that you can review based on the progress that happened here before, from the start and to current, so that you can just check out my channel, people, of all the videos I posted on this project prior. All right, it's going to be a 15 kilometers of roadway. It's a national development project, and it's a collaboration between the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation and the China Harbor Engineering Company, which is Czech. Yes, guys, so the completion date is in the books for the ending of 2025. So I'm really excited about this project.
Can't wait for that.
For it to come to fruition. As you can see right now, they have come a very far way. All right, but once you watch the videos before, you'll see what I'm referring to. Yeah, this project is really kicking up a storm. So just be on the lookout, guys, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted on the progress of this area. Yeah, so I actually got here very early, so the work has stopped for a moment, and it will pick up back in the late morning. Yes, guys. So as you can see, the same place that I showed before in the video.
Skip ahead a little bit here.
On the road, and I'll take you to another section. Which will be closer to the Fairfield Road. All right, we're going to pass the high school. The high school is further down. We're going to go right and pass Cashew Grove housing scheme, and we'll just stop right here and go right. So here you have it. This is on the other side, so you can still see the bridge being constructed from this end as well. So there would be the material for the bridge, or other platforms that they will be installed in here for the highway. So major project, guys. As you can see, they have rail lines, and they have the equipment there parked. So yeah, it was very early in the morning. I think it was about like 5 or 5:30. Yeah, there are some workmen just walking about. Right, so in the daytime, you have some like very large trucks that will drive past this area, and they have installed their signs so as to warn pedestrians and also motorists when they're passing by to be cautious. Slow down while the workmen are busy at work. So look at that, people. Yeah, pretty much a part of the roadway at this end. So you can imagine how it would actually look when it's completed. It'll be totally transformed. All right, so here is the other side, and you still have the residents at the bottom of the hill. They're still adamant that they're not moving from that area, but we will see as time progresses what the outcome will be. As you know, roadworks, those projects are very, very important. And once the government is involved, anything is possible. So we'll see, because they'll be like very, very close to the highway. All right. All right, so just giving you a 360 view right now of this side, and we will walk further down. I'll take you closer to the bridge. All right, so I'm just walking right now over to the area. Yes, guys, so this area can take you through Irwindale, go to Green Pond, close to Norwood, and finally you'll end up at the Iron Shore at the North Coast Highway. So yes, guys, just a means of,
Sorry, I wish I knew where he was talking about, like particularly on the map. I just don't.
Welcome to Python.
Got another ad here. Yeah, and please again show him some love for doing this video. Brown Boss JA Tours. Give him a like, give him a follow as well. This is the second time that we are sharing one of his videos on the stream.
Around and not go through Montego Bay congested area, yes, you'll take this route. So it will be very convenient for future travelers. So there you go, people. The work is still being done. All right, and they have come a far way here in March 20.
I think we got a lower. Oh no, we're at the lowest already.
24. All right, so stay tuned, people. We're gonna go back on the road now. So I'll take you to the other side or further down the road. So I'm gonna drive through Fairfield now, and we'll go closer to the Granville main road. All right, so just driving through Fairfield now. I'll speed up the video so that you'll not be bored with the whole driving. All right, so stay tuned, guys. We will get there shortly. Just navigating the bad roads here. The roads were fixed recently by some residents, but continuous rainfall, it has gone back to its initial state. All right, so hopefully we will get a permanent fix. All right, because this area will be very popular in the future. Very, very, very popular. All right, so we're gonna stop like right at this section here, so I can show you this part right now of the highway. So this is like at the Fairfield section, and over there you can see Westgate Hills. All right, so this part will get connected to where we were actually coming from just now. All right, so there is the progress now. They would have to dig through the hill, but they've come a far way, as you can see. So they're working like simultaneously, different areas at the same time. All right, so that the work can be completed in a timely manner. Okay, CS people, so just look at the area, and I'll take you further down the road. So we're gonna get back on the road now, and we'll take you closer to the main road, which will take you to like Granville and other sections here in St. James. All right, so here we have bad roads again. All right, but we'll soon get to our destination, guys. As I've shown videos of this area before, so you can check them out of how this area looked before. So just gonna walk in now. It's a bit restricted, so I'm not able to go that far, but I'm just gonna show you like on the outside how it looks. So this is the area close to the Barnett River. So look at it, they've actually raised the road. And at this end, they'll be redirecting the river. The river is further towards the left. All right. But I just showed like the outside area now, as I was stopped by one of the workmen in the truck. All right, guys, we're just showing you a sneak peek here, a preview of how the work has progressed over time. So there you have it. The roads are coming along nicely. And this area will connect to the area that we were coming from just now.
Sorry, another ad.
Way down. Yes, so it has been connected now as they have dug through the hill. All right, so we'll get back on the road now, and we'll go on the main road. So if you go left,
Just want to pause real quick to like just show people on that. You can't really see it. If I was up, I would show you, but like just people on that pontoon boat, packed out, living their best life. Just want to put that out there. I know we got a travel advisory and everything going on, but people are very much still enjoying Jamaica. Just want to make mention of that. Okay, back to the tour.
we'll go to the Tucker. We're gonna go right now, go over the bridge, and you can check out this area that will connect to West Village area and Vogue housing scheme. So yes, guys, so that's the progress right now. And over there, you'll see that the Barnett River is being redirected. All right, didn't get to go to that section today, but we'll show you guys next time. All right, but this is the area they're working on across the road that will go to West Village housing scheme, and that'll be like adjacent to the Vogue housing scheme as well. So there you have it. It's coming along really nicely. There you have the roads being mapped out. So it's definitely something to look towards.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Now I know where we are.
I have a surprise for you. You'll be going to the Iron Shore area.
So if you don't know where we are, like this is Witter Village, excuse me, Witter Village on the right here, and to the left is Rio. If you make a left down, I can't see, I'm pointing, but if you make a left down there, then you'll go into Rio Montego Bay.
This is where the bypass will end. All right, so the work started from this area now. I'll take you guys here shortly. So I actually came here when it was a bit overcast and it was raining a little. All right, so I'm just gonna drive, take you down through the Iron Shore housing area now, and just go on top of the hill so that you can have a hill view of the bypass. All right, so we're gonna stop here and just look at the bypass from the hillside. All right, so there you have it, people. Really majestic in its view. Yes, so they've come a far way, guys. So working on multiple areas at the same time so that the work can be completed faster. So this was actually on, I think it was a Saturday or a Sunday. Yeah, so we just drove here going to the actual entrance or the endpoint of the bypass here. So you'll see the Iron Shore area now. So I was shocked because it was like completely deserted. I could just walk in and the equipment there was parked. I walked for a moment until it was getting too dark, so I had to return.
Interesting. So, I didn't know where this thing was starting, ending from. So it's just interesting. I'm gonna share. I wish I could share multiple screens. So I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna just bring up the map here. So it's just interesting, like where he's talking about. So this is Negril. We're going over to Montego Bay. Where am I? Okay, so here's the airport. And as we mentioned, like instead of like if you're coming out the airport, you make a right to come to Negril here. So heading west. And so now you're going to be heading east. Jeez, I always get scared. Like hopefully I can find this road. All right, so we're heading east. I'm trying to go to that exact turn. Perfect. So this is the turn that he made right here. So this is Witter Village. This is Witter Village right here, and he made the right turn onto Morgan Road, and then like I said, left. This is where Rio is. Right here. So he made a right turn here. I don't know how far up he went. I have no idea. But somewhere up here, he said that this is where the start or the end of it, or I guess this would be the start/end, depending on which direction that you're going, is you'd go up here. So that's just so interesting. I think that's very, very smart. So you're just avoiding the calamity of downtown Montego Bay when you're coming out the airport. I think that's excellent. So I just wanted to point that out, just so we're kind of on the same page here. Let me go ahead and bring him back up. All right, let's finish off this video.
Yes, guys. So there you have it. This side is close to like the Irving Gardens. And it will take you to like Carnival Courts, Green Pond, all those areas, which will have lands being further developed, lands which will be like exposed. So, they'll be developed with housing, other infrastructure in regards to like bridge, a lot of works are in the pipeline right now for this project, or as a result of this project. Yes, guys. So really exciting.
Sorry, just getting some buffering here.
Look right now for Montego Bay, Jamaica. So we'll definitely improve the western section of the island here. So as to make it even more attractive, because Montego Bay is well renowned for its wonderful sandy beaches. Yes, guys. So there you have the equipment, just parked, and I'll just walk for a moment, so as to show you, the level of progress at this side of the bypass. So yeah, out here at Iron Shore, close to the North Coast Highway. All right, so this will connect a lot of the
I'm gonna skip. I was looking for some drone shots, but I guess no drone shots here. All right, let's see what else.
communities, Carnival Courts.
My name.
Sorry, another ad.
Larwood, Green Pond. Yes, guys. So just doing a 360 now of the area, and we'll walk up even further. Yeah, so stay with me while I, just take you on this little journey at the Iron Shore. Yes, it's the first time I've shown this. It's the first time I'm corridor at this part of the
Princess is asking, what are we showing here? A new development? No, this is the Montego Bay bypass, or they want to start calling it a highway. So just getting a tool here from Boss J Tours and asking everybody to give this video a like for him, and also to subscribe to his channel.
Bypass. So it's also new for me. So I was really, excited so as to how this has progressed so far. So yeah. When they had released a date of 2025, I was saying that, things can happen, delays might, occur. But how things are looking, it seems as if they would actually come through. All right, so we will see. yes, guys, they've really reached a far away because I've been walking for some time and I could see way up. There was a point where I had to stop because it was getting a bit late.
I'm just skipping ahead a little bit here.
Yes, definitely awesome.
I think that I think we get the drift. Get the drift. I was expecting a little
Put the stabilizer on.
some more drone shots, but
Those are more expensive. So, all right, might as well.
well, that's good. I think we get the idea. A lot of progress being made on the highway. So yeah, thank you to Brown Bosch J Tours for that. Appreciate you. And hold on, is there another update? Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm seeing if there's another video update we can show here. But I guess we get the idea. We get the idea. Things are progressing nicely with that project, and according to him and his channel, we should expect this opening to be in the end of 2025, which is a very, very exciting, like huge game changer. But I think we're going to leave it there. I wanted to share this one article, but I will share it with you all. And if you want to read it, maybe we can read it. Oh no, we are no live stream next weekend. Sorry. Yeah, we're skipping Sunday. Sorry, so no live stream. But we might be, and if you were on the Thought Think Tankers call yesterday, you'll know what I'm talking about. But we might be doing a series of live streams. Not this week, we're starting next week. So we might actually double up on live stream. So I will let you know if and when that happens. I'm going to throw this article inside the comments. So this is talking about the Princess Hotel. And I don't want to get into it now, but I will. I will just kind of have you all read it, and maybe next week or the week after we can dive into it. But you saw the name of the article, title of the article is "Game Changer: Princess Hotel in Hanover to lead Jamaica's bid to move tourism sector to a higher level with casinos." So basically, talking about casino gambling and what it's going to do or can do potentially for the Jamaican economy. And this is coming from the Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark. Like I said, we're not going to hop into it right now, but I thought it was an interesting read and also interesting take from the money man himself, so to speak, right? And that's going to be pretty exciting. There was a term that he used. Hold on. Right. It's in the first sentence. It says, Minister of Finance and Public Sector Dr. Nigel Clark on Tuesday declared that he is excited about the materialization of the first integrated resort development project for Jamaica, which will see the first major casino opening in Hanover, with others to come shortly. Integrated resort developments. It's a term that I will have to look up, but exciting times for Jamaica ahead. Anyway, oh my goodness, Shanna, thank you so much for this donation as we're signing off. You guys are too kind. Thank you. Showing some birthday love and welcome to the 40s Club. May this year be filled with many blessings and expansion in every area of your life. Cheers to 40. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. With the birthday wishes, the well wishes. And yeah, last day of the 30s, opening up a new chapter, at least with my age, starting tomorrow. So this was a nice way to spend my last day as a 30-year-old with you all here on this beach and hanging and chatting and dreaming of a better Jamaica. So thank you again, everybody, for the birthday wishes. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, and thank you for hanging out with me here on a Sunday afternoon in Negril. These are always fun, and like I said, we thank you so much, Vicus. Appreciate it. I know you say you're in London and you're going to watch the replay. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Justin says time starts moving faster after 40. Remember that. I feel like that already. In a big way. Gotta slow things down a little bit, right? But yeah, this was another great one. This was a great decade for sure. Like I said, we're not going to be doing a live stream on Sunday, but we potentially will be doing some midweek live streams starting the following week. So we may be doubling up and possibly tripling up, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But thank you all for joining, and I will. You'll hear from me during the week. We'll put out some posts, some community posts, so we stay in touch, so it doesn't seem like we are away from each other forever. We're definitely. I should have mentioned this before. We're definitely dropping the Pinnacle video next weekend, so you will get that. Even though you won't have a live stream, you will get the Pinnacle video next week. I promise. We're working hard on it. We're doing. It's just a different edit. This is just not to make excuses, but it's just the reality. It's just a very different edit, and we're bringing, I would say, an elevated level of production and storytelling to this video. So I'm very, very excited to share it, and it's just taking a lot longer than expected. It took me so long to find direction with this thing, even though I had a script and everything. You just never know with these things. So it'll be worth the wait. It'll certainly be worth the wait, and I can't wait to share it with you all. It's an amazing property, an amazing development for Negril, and I hope I've done this video justice to show that. That's what I'm trying to do with this edit. A lot of birthday wishes. Thank you. Donna Marie says, birthday blessings drop, heart's desires in the new year. Thank you. I am MJ876. Happy birthday, Throp. Much blessings on your very special day. Thank you, Cherie. Have a blessed birthday, Throp. Big up. Thank you so much, CK Bond. Throp, sorry. Should have wished you a strong day, but you're in a good place. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Monique says, happy 40th birthday. Thank you all so very much. Thank you. So thankful for this community. Really am. All right, everyone. Have a absolutely fantastic, wonderful week, and I will see you on Saturday at the premiere of the Pinnacle video, but you won't see me on Sunday for the live stream. I will miss you all. Have a great week ahead. Enjoy the beach one more time. Peace.